Season 4, Episode 2, The Machiavellian Mirror, INTRO, Shadow Practice. Welcome to your shadow practice session. Today, we look at the crown. We look at the dagger. Focus on the CH, V, and LL sounds. Keep your tone clinical and unapologetic. Master the English of political realism. Let's begin. The script. Is it better to be loved or feared? We want to be loved. It feels warm. It feels safe. But the audit of history tells a darker story. Love is a link of obligation that men break whenever it serves them. But fear? Fear is maintained by a dread of punishment that never fails. In 1513, an exiled diplomat in Florence named Niccolò Machiavelli wrote a letter to a prince. He didn't write about how the world should be. He wrote about how the world is. This is the story of the prince. A noir exploration of realpolitik, the architecture of survival, and the audit of the moral sacrifice required to hold the center. Machiavelli's first lesson is the battle between virtù and fortuna. Most people are victims of luck. They wait for fortuna, fate, to be kind. But Machiavelli says fortune is a raging river. A strategist builds dams and dikes when the weather is calm. Virtù is not virtue in the religious sense. It is prowess. It is vitality. It is the ability to adapt your nature to the times. If the times require a lion, be a lion. If the times require a fox, be a fox. The prince who is rigid is dead. Look at the logic of the fox. A prudent ruler cannot, and must not, keep his word when it is to his disadvantage. This sounds evil, but Machiavelli audits the reality. If all men were good, this advice would be bad. But because men are wretched and will break faith with you, you must be ready to break faith with them. This is the shadow of the boardroom. The CEO who promises lifetime employment while the market is shifting is a fool. The leader who is too honest with his enemies is betraying his friends. To protect the state, you must sometimes enter into evil. Look at the surgical strike. Machiavelli speaks of cruelty well used. If you must injure a man, do it so severely that you do not fear his revenge. If you hit him lightly, he will hate you and strike back. If you crush him, he cannot. In business, recall Season 1, Episode 4, The Takeover. This is the hostile acquisition. You don't negotiate with a rival you intend to absorb. You overwhelm them instantly. Injury should be done all at once so that it is tasted less and offends less. Look at the shadow of generosity. If a prince is generous, he wastes his resources. To keep being generous, he must tax the people. Then the people hate him. Machiavelli says, be miserly. If you are cheap, you will always have money for defense. You will not have to rob your citizens. In the long run, you will be seen as generous because you kept the system stable. It is the audit of sustainable power. Look at the mirror of appearance. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. A leader must appear to be religious, kind, sincere, and human. Recall Season 2, Episode 9, The Halo Effect. The halo is your armor. But behind the halo, you must be cold. You must be calculating. The people do not want truth. They want order. They want to believe in the leader so they can sleep at night. The prince provides the illusion of peace through the reality of power. The shadow of Machiavelli is the end justifies the means. But he never actually said those words. He said, in the actions of all men and especially of princes, we look at the result. If the result is a safe nation, a growing economy, and a protected people, the methods will always be excused. The audit of success is the only audit that matters in the history books. How do we master the mirror? You must audit your ideals. Do not be blinded by how you want people to act. Observe how they do act. You must practice strategic flexibility. Be kind when possible, but be effective always. The prince is not a monster. He is a realist in a world of monsters. The court is whispering. The dagger is hidden. And the mirror is cold. Will you be merciful? Or will you be prudent? The prince is watching. The fortuna is turning. And the audit is active. Stay sharp. Power is a loan. If you don't defend it, the Bank of Reality will foreclose on you. The letter is closed. The advice is given. And the crown is heavy.